Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be playing the FV4005. Well, we're not going to show my replay. My replay is nothing special, just over 4k damage, but I lost. I decided to use a better replay that I got from Blitzstars, one of the Hall of Fames at the moment, that just goes to show how to play this tank a lot better than I can show you. So the FV4005, why are we looking at this tank? Well, it's simple. In the last update, it did get a big change. Now, it did have a 4-shot autoloader that has now been changed to 2 shots. Only 2 shots out of the previous 4. So that's a big change for a tank like this. Has it made it better or has it made it worse? We're going to decide that when we look through the stats and when we look into a battle. So the stats now. Look at your armor. I mean, you've got no armor whatsoever, so 14 millimeters on your turret is bad. Very, very bad indeed. So if you do play this tank, honestly, run the spool liner because it really will help. You're not going to bounce, but they will do less damage because if they hit you, they will penetrate you. So make sure you run the spool liner because everybody will switch to HE when they are aiming at the FV4005. Now, your DPM, I think, is pretty solid for an autoloader, 3,167. That is actually pretty good for an autoloader, especially one with a 20.63 magazine reload. Now, you used to have, I think it was a 1.5 second intraclip or something like that. Now you do have a 4 second between each shot. So that's a big difference. However, you do only have the 2 shots. Now with the change, of course, you do have more alpha. So the penetration is 305 on your APCR and 407 on your heat. So you're going to penetrate anything if you switch to your heat. Do run the calibrated shells to get that above the 400 mark. 86 on your HE, which is decent. Now, this time, with the 2 shots, you have a 650 alpha. So with both shots, you can do 1,300 damage. And sometimes even a bit more than that. So that is a big change. 650 damage per shot. Now you have 550 on your heat and 930, so you could do upwards of 2,000 if you get 2 nice HE shots out. So that sounds nice, doesn't it? Almost 2,000 damage if you can get a nice roll on your HE. Your aim time is 3.9. Your gun dispersion is 0.349. You have 10 degrees of gun depression, which is actually pretty nice, and a top speed of 40 kilometers per hour. But don't forget, you do have that extra speed boost as well to make you go a little bit quicker for a short period of time. So let's get into a game. I mean, we're going to watch a game that's actually very, very good. It's not me. I mean, I was there, but I decided to watch Moody What Blitz instead because it is a much better game than I could ever give you. So now, it's a very difficult tank to play. Because it's so big, it gets spotted, you're really weak. It's a very difficult tank to play. And I still don't understand the best way to play it. Now, of course, probably the best way to play it is to do what this guy is doing. Sit at the back of the map, farm some damage, and don't get spotted. Ultimately, don't get spotted because you will be ripped apart. But I honestly hate sitting at the back of the map. So you got to be patient with the thing. I've done a video not so long ago with the Jagdpanzer E100 about being patient. It's kind of the same with this tank because again, you don't want to rush in because you're just going to get absolutely deleted if you rush in quickly. So yeah, try not rushing so quickly because you will be deleted, honestly. You've got a very dangerous gun. And you're a dangerous tank, so you want to stay alive for as long as possible. Now, ultimately, do I like this tank better now with the 2-shot, or do I like it better with the previous 4 shots? Now, I probably prefer it with the 2 shots because one, I mean, you don't have to expose yourself as long. I know you have a 4-second intraclip between each shot, and then you have a 20-second magazine reload, but I just think this this gun is a bit more dangerous. Ultimately, you could probably do around about the same amount of damage, but you're just doing it with 2 shots instead of the 4. So it's each to their own. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say the 2-shot is much better than the other shots, the previous that it had, because each to their own. Other people may prefer it with the 4 shots. I personally, haven't played it now, I prefer it with the 2 shots because of that alpha, because of the 650 alpha, and of course you can do even more than that if you are shooting HE or if you get a high roll. I mean, this guy here at the moment, 3.3k damage, he's done it very, very easily, and I mean, he's going to do a lot more damage. 630 alpha there. Now, he can clear this T57 as long as he doesn't low roll, and gone. Absolutely gone. Now, to kill that guy before we have the 2 shots, he would have had to expose himself for a little bit longer, and he would have actually taken a few shots from that T57. Yes, he may have killed him, but he would have maybe been a 1-shot. At least at the moment, he can still take a shot. That there was actually a very nice shot. That was a snapshot and a half, that was. And that brings his damage now up to 5.2k damage. It is a 5 versus 3, so there is still a lot of work to do because there are some low hit point tanks as well, including himself. And there's still quite a few hit points to get through from the enemy team. There's the VZ55. Again, nice shot. Bit of a low roll there, 589. Can he get a high roll on this second shot? Yeah, 576. I'd still take it, you know, that's still not a bad roll, and especially if you, well, that's 1100. That's 1100 for your magazine, which isn't bad at all. And that now brings his damage to 6,300, and there's also a full hit point Yag Tiger. Now, the first shot here, yeah, that was a bit of a bad shot, and ultimately he could have lost a little bit of damage there, but he makes up with a nice second roll, and yeah, that guy's almost just been deleted there. Absolutely wrecked, and now it is game over. 5 versus 1, 7,000 damage. Can he get another magazine into this guy? HE in the ass. Is he going to get a nice HE? 805. Bit of a low roll, but luckily for him, he does get this final shot, the final kill, to bring his damage to 8,265. So let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer the new FV4005, or do you prefer it in its old ways? As I've said, me personally prefer it with the 2-shot, but that's just my opinion. I just think it's more dangerous. It's just more dangerous with the alpha, and you know, 650 alpha, and you can do that twice in 4 seconds. I just think that is very dangerous, a lot more dangerous than it was before. But let me know what you think in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.